In this first video back in 2023, I thought I would share some of my journey of how long does it take to recover from burnout. And this is a really tricky question because burnout isn't just one thing. Burnout can be a relatively intense minor burnout, or it can be the kind of thing that actually takes years and years to fully recover from. Welcome back to Autism from the Inside. You're here with Paul. I make weekly videos sharing the human side of autism, so make sure you hit subscribe to get the latest content. In answer to the question for myself, I find how long does it take to recover? The answer is always a lot longer than I think it does. Last year, for example, I implemented strategies such as even from early in the year, I was trying to take Fridays off so that I would have a 3-day weekend every week. And the reason I tried to do that is because I find it takes me a little bit of time to wind down and fully relax. Which means if I only have the 2 days of the weekend, then my brain is still going at full speed all through Saturday, and then only just on Sunday is it just trying to start slowing down a little bit. And then by the time I have to go back to work on Monday morning, then it didn't actually have any downtime because it takes so long to actually wind down and fully relax. So that was one strategy, and I thought that was enough, and turns out that was not enough, and it was quite quick last year that it just built up the fatigue and the executive dysfunction of feeling as though every decision is just really hard to make. So how else did I think to try and tackle this burnout problem to make sure I didn't burn out? My goal last year was to go 12 months burnout free, and all I succeeded in doing is avoiding a major burnout and just feeling lethargic and fried, but not completely burnt out for most of the latter part of the year. So my other strategy was to make sure I take a significant break at the end of every year. So I take all of January off, for example, as I did this year. And to a degree that helps. That is definitely necessary. Definitely I feel the benefit from that coming back from just having a couple of weeks off now. But at the same time, burnout always takes longer than we plan to recover from. So I feel as though, yes, I've had this break, but how long is it going to be if I keep up my current lifestyle and my current working arrangements and things like that before I start feeling it again? So sometimes we need even longer than that. So I'm planning to take a couple of months off this year towards the middle of the year, which the plan for that is to have a proper decompression break where I've been doing this for about 7 or 8 years now, sort of hustling with the YouTube thing and trying to make a living online and doing public speaking and making resources and coaching and teaching emotional intelligence and just doing so many different things that take tracking. And because most of it is online, it takes a lot of admin effort for my brain to keep track of everything that I'm doing. So what I've realized is I can work really hard and really intensely if I'm actually focusing on one thing at a time. And it's the same thing when I'm trying to relax. If I take a break from work, but I'm still seeing friends and family and doing this and that and all of these other different things that are common to do on a break, then I'm not really resting too much. So this year, I am planning to walk the Camino de Santiago, which I've actually done before about 10 years ago. It was a 900-kilometer walk through Spain. And one of the things that I really appreciated about that time is there was nothing to think about. You literally get up, start walking, stop when you're hungry or tired. That's about the extent of the decisions that I had to make during the day. So I've found that unless I have something to do, then I get really fidgety and my brain starts to try and find something to do, and that's actually really draining. But at the same time, things like people and noise and crowds and shopping centers and all of these other things that we just come across in everyday life drain my mental and physical battery a lot more than I originally thought it did. I'll actually save that for another video where I've learned how much crowds actually deplete my my resources, and how I've tried to sort of navigate that and overcome that. So I might save that for a previous video. That's a good idea. I'll save that for another video later on. But welcome back to 2023. I'm curious to hear how you like to recover. How do you recharge? If you feel like you're getting burnt out, what can you do, and how long does it take you to start recovering from that? So thanks for watching. Please leave a comment sharing some of your story, and I'll see you again next week. Bye.